Robin Williams was a man the world knew as a whirlwind of laughter and boundless energy, a comedic genius who could transform any moment into pure joy. But behind the scenes of the beloved film Mrs. Doubtfire, Sally Field witnessed a side of him that few ever saw, a depth of kindness, sensitivity, and quiet strength that left a lasting impression. Their story together reveals a man whose heart was as big as his talent, and whose compassion extended far beyond the camera's gaze. Their paths first crossed not at a glitzy Hollywood gala or an awards ceremony, but on the set of Mrs. Doubtfire in 1993. Directed by Chris Columbus, the film tells the story of Daniel Hillard, a father desperate to stay close to his children after a painful divorce, who disguises himself as an elderly Scottish nanny. Robin Williams embodied Daniel with a wild, improvisational spirit, while Sally Field played Miranda, his ex-wife, navigating the challenges of co-parenting with grace and strength. From their very first scene together, there was an unmistakable energy between them, an unspoken connection that went beyond mere acting. Robin's approach to his craft was famously unpredictable. He would deliver the scripted lines with precision for a few takes, then suddenly shift gears, improvising wildly with voices, gestures, and jokes that no one saw coming. For many actors this could be disorienting, but Sally Field embraced it with openness and poise. Rather than trying to outshine his spontaneity, she responded authentically, allowing her character's emotions to flow naturally in the moment. Their scenes became a delicate dance between structure and improvisation, each take fresh and alive because Robin never repeated himself the same way twice. Behind the camera, the crew adapted to Robin's unique style. Director Chris Columbus even employed multiple cameras simultaneously to capture every unexpected nuance. It was clear that Robin's improvisations weren't about stealing the spotlight, they were about creating something honest and heartfelt. Sally quickly grew to respect not only his comedic brilliance but also his unwavering dedication to the story they were telling. Though they portrayed a divorced couple on screen, their real-life rapport was warm and genuine. Robin admired Sally's calm focus and emotional availability, while she saw the sensitive man beneath the humor, a man who cared deeply about the people around him and the work they were creating together. Their collaboration blossomed into a quiet friendship, forged through laughter, trust, and mutual respect. It was a bond that transcended the film, one that Sally would carry with her long after the cameras stopped rolling. Their connection was not flashy or loud. It was something rare and profound, built on a foundation of creative courage and heartfelt understanding. From the outset, Sally recognized that Robin Williams was more than just a comic force. Beneath his rapid-fire wit and boundless energy was a serious actor committed to his craft. He wasn't there merely to entertain, he was there to tell a story with honesty and depth. On set, Robin had a routine: 3 takes sticking closely to the script, followed by a burst of improvisation that electrified the room. This unpredictability could have been frustrating, but for Sally, it brought a new dimension to their work. Her reactions became genuine, her emotions raw and unfiltered, making their characters feel deeply human and relatable. Robin's energy was contagious, transforming the set into a creative playground where anything could happen. He arrived each day brimming with ideas and open to the unexpected, while Sally provided the steady balance that grounded their scenes. This contrast created a powerful chemistry, layering humor with emotional truth. Their respect for one another was palpable. Robin admired Sally's emotional honesty, and she valued his fearless imagination. Neither sought to overshadow the other. Instead, they lifted each other up, committed to telling the story in the most authentic way possible. Off-camera, Robin's kindness was just as evident. He never hesitated to offer a comforting word or a moment of levity, even when the pressure was high. Sally saw this side of him too, a man who noticed when someone was struggling and quietly stepped in to help. This sensitivity and intuition were qualities few got to witness publicly, but they defined Robin's true character. He cared deeply, not just about his own performance but about the people around him, their feelings and their well-being. One moment in particular stands out in Sally's memory, a moment that revealed Robin's profound empathy. During the filming of an emotional divorce scene, Sally received devastating news. Her father had passed away. Though she tried to maintain her composure, the grief was overwhelming. Robin immediately sensed something was wrong. Without hesitation, he pulled her aside, gently asking if she was okay. When she told him the truth, he insisted she leave the set to grieve, speaking directly to the director to rearrange the shooting schedule. The crew adjusted, shooting scenes that didn't involve her, allowing Sally the space she needed. This wasn't just professional courtesy, it was a deeply human act of compassion. Robin stayed by her side until she could make arrangements with her family, offering quiet support without fanfare or spectacle. Sally has described this as one of the most unforgettable moments of her life, a testament to the kindness that defined Robin Williams beyond the laughter. It was a reminder that behind the whirlwind of characters and jokes was a man who truly saw and cared for others. Robin's generosity extended far beyond the set. He was known for remembering names, engaging with crew members, and lifting spirits with a smile or a joke. His warmth made everyone feel valued, whether they were actors, assistants, or technicians. This genuine kindness was part of who he was. Someone who used his fame not just to entertain but to make a difference. He co-founded Comic Relief USA, a charity that raised millions to support the homeless, and he gave generously to causes close to his heart, including literacy programs and veterans services. Sally Field has spoken with deep emotion about the impact Robin had on her life. Years after his passing, she still feels the weight of his absence and the brightness of his spirit. "He should be growing old like me," she once said, a simple sentence filled with sorrow and love. Their friendship was more than a professional partnership. It was a bond rooted in moments of laughter, comfort, and quiet understanding. Yet, beneath the warmth and humor, Robin Williams carried a hidden struggle. In the final years of his life, the joy and vitality that had defined him began to fade. After a career filled with success and acclaim, he faced personal and professional challenges that weighed heavily on him. His TV show The Crazy Ones was canceled after one season, a blow to a man who had always thrived in the spotlight. He was navigating the emotional aftermath of a second divorce and adjusting to a new marriage with Susan Schneider. In 2014, Robin received a diagnosis that would change everything: Parkinson's disease. For someone whose identity was so tied to his quick mind and physical expressiveness, the news was devastating. Parkinson's symptoms, tremors, stiffness, memory loss, were terrifying signs of a future slipping away. But even more heartbreaking was what came after his death. An autopsy revealed he had actually been suffering from Lewy body dementia, a rare and aggressive brain disorder that causes confusion, hallucinations, and severe mental decline. This misdiagnosis meant Robin was battling a disease no one fully understood, a storm raging inside his mind that he couldn't explain. Friends and family watched helplessly as the man they loved became more withdrawn, anxious, and fearful. The very essence of who he was, the spontaneous, brilliant mind, was slowly eroding. Despite the pain, Robin rarely spoke openly about his suffering. To the outside world, he remained the beloved comedian, the quick-witted friend. But behind closed doors, he was fighting a silent, relentless battle. On August 11, 2014, Robin Williams took his own life. The news shocked the world, sparking an outpouring of grief and reflection. For many, it was the first time they truly understood the depth of his pain. The tragic irony was undeniable. A man who had brought so much light to others was consumed by darkness within. His death ignited important conversations about mental health, the dangers of misdiagnosis, and the hidden struggles that so many endure in silence. The legacy Robin Williams left behind is one of laughter, love, and profound humanity. His roles, from the genie in Aladdin to the tender father in Mrs. Doubtfire, from the inspiring teacher in Dead Poets Society to the compassionate doctor in Patch Adams, continue to touch hearts around the world. His ability to blend humor with deep emotional truth made him unforgettable. Friends and colleagues have shared countless tributes. Billy Crystal, a close friend, spoke at the Emmy Awards about Robin's unparalleled friendship and generosity. Whoopi Goldberg described his loss as, like losing a part of yourself. Even former President Barack Obama honored him as a unique spirit who touched every element of the human experience. Fans worldwide continue to celebrate his work, keeping his memory alive through art, stories, and shared laughter. Robin Williams was more than a comedian. He was a friend, a protector, and a beacon of kindness. Sally Field's story reminds us that behind the laughter was a man who made others feel safe, seen, and loved. His legacy is not just in the jokes he told, but in the compassion he showed, a quiet strength that endures. What do you think about the bond Sally Field shared with Robin Williams, and the kindness he showed during such a difficult time? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'm curious to know what you think.